everybody, I am just about to go for a jog tonight, and I thought, well, I better make some dinner before I do that, and then when I come home, my dinner will be all ready. Okay, so I'm going to make a super fast, super easy, super the bomb. It is a tofu miso curry. I call it smash. I guess you could call it like a stir fry, but I like to smash it all up and do lots of different things with it. So I've seen lots of recipes for this kind of stuff around, and the most important thing I can say is just use whatever you have in your fridge. So you don't have to say like, oh my gosh, I don't have green onions, so I can't make that. If you don't have green onions, use scallions. I didn't have green peppers. I'm using green beans today. I don't care. That's fine with me. I'm also using yellow squash, which is great. And I've got the zucchini. I've already done some chopping. You can see that. And here they are, in fact, my things. Of course, I'm going to have garlic. Can't really do anything, folks, without garlic. Look at that great garlic. I've already been smashing my garlic. You know how I like to do it. Get out my frustrations at the end of the day by pounding my garlic, and then it's already peeled. The peel just comes right off. So I've got some garlic already peeled. Hope you can see that. Some scallions. Ooh, hey-ho. Ooh, wait. I'm already burning things up. I put some mushroom broth, getting my wok all hot, because we are going to wok it up. Oh, yes, we are. So I got some garlic and some scallions, and I've done my yellow zucchini very thin. I've done my green zucchini. Hopefully you can see that in little half moons, which I love. And then, of course, I'm just going to throw my green beans in right like that, so that I don't like to chop them. I like them to really be full. But first, let's get this party started. You do want it to be flavorful. So I don't want to use oil in my wok. Of course, if I did, it would be sesame oil here. I'm not doing that. I'm using my trusted, very much trusted mushroom broth, which I love. But so I'm going to throw that in. Oof. It's already a little bit, I'm coming late. Oh, good. You can see how I'm doing that. Not very much. You don't need very much. And then I do want to really hope I don't set off an alarm. So some soy sauce is going to be base, of course, miso and curry. But I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And I love it when I've got a recipe where everything is in the 2s. So I'm going to do that with miso, white miso. I'm going to do that with miso. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons. Let's see here. Use this to get rid of this. Okay. That's not doing what I want. Okay. Let no miso go unattended. So I want all the miso I can get. If it says a tablespoon of miso, I'm absolutely, that's maybe a little too much. I'm absolutely going full boat on everything. Okay, so I've got 2 tablespoons of miso, the white miso. I've got 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. That's all now in there. The camera a little bit, go this way. And then I want my curry, of course. So I'm going to put that in. Make sure that all gets in. And I'm going to stir everything together. Okay, it's fast recipe, folks. Fast, fast, fast. That's how I like to cook. Fast, fast, fast. Nothing special going on in my wok. Just kind of stirring it all up so you can see. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's happening. And then, of course, I'm going to work in my miso, which I love. Get my miso here. I will do this for myself. Okay, so, or my curry. Sorry, I'm going to put my curry in. I really like it heavy on the curry. So I am a big curry fan, and I don't want to skimp on this. So, and you know, we've talked about this before. These kind of spices are really all that you need to make something flavorful. And sometimes just you can, in the spices, you can just make it taste like meat. So that works out as well. Okay, I got my 2nd tablespoon here. Now I'm really just mixing things up. I don't want to oversimplify things, but that's kind of the whole recipe. So, you know, the rest I do is just throw in my veggies and throw it over rice. And I throw in my tofu. So let's make sure that this all comes together. Add a little bit more mushroom broth. This way, when I come back from my jog, I'm going to have a very healthy recipe. Okay. Turn this up now. Got my wok all nice and hot. The first thing I'm going to put in is I'm going to put in my tofu, because I want my tofu to really, it takes the longest to cook, and I really want it to be covered in this coating that I have, which is the miso and curry and soy sauce. Okay, so this is all now together. I think I'll just go like this. Okay, everybody, tofu in. So now we've talked about this too. Tofu is just so incredibly good for you. Whoa, gosh darn. Okay, tofu is so incredibly good for you, and it's got lots of protein, and it comes from the soybean. It's very minimally processed, which is another thing that's so great about it. So very, very good for you, and I use it heavily. Okay, so another thing in my kitchen that we're going to use heavily, moving over here, is, I want you to be able to see this, ginger. So, you know, if you've got a recipe with garlic and ginger, you're pretty good. Like, that's really kind of all you need. So I did take this ginger, it was about 2 inches of ginger, and the way to peel ginger is, you know, it's got so many nooks and crannies, so if you try to get a knife in there and peel, it's very hard. Take a spoon, this is just a handy trick, take a spoon and it's just gonna come right off and you peel it with a spoon. So I did that for about I did that with about 2 inches of garlic, and things are heating up, I can hear it. And I will put that in my garlic and veggie tofu miso curry. Okay, I feel like I'm way over here on the side of the screen, but I don't want to be that far over. Let's see if we can, does that help, folks? Yeah, just a little bit. Okay, so I want to make sure my tofu is totally coated with everything that I have already in my wok, because we are walking today. And I'm really going to turn up the heat here, because now I've got enough going on that I really want this to get cooked. And the next thing I'm going to throw in are my green beans, because they are a little tough, you know, they're fresh on the outside. I hate to overcook green beans, just like all my veggies. I don't want to cook them to death. So I don't mind that they are crisp, but, you know, they're still going to need longer to cook than the other things. So I'll throw these in right now. Let the heat of the wok get to them. Just kind of stir it up. Oh, it's going to be so good. And then one thing I didn't do, so I can do it now with you guys, there's my knife, is I didn't slice my garlic. I peeled it by smashing it, but now it's time for me to do a little bit of garlic chopping. So the recipe, you know, if you don't like garlic, folks, you want to do much less than what I've done. So I have, I think, 6 cloves of garlic, because that's just how I roll. But, you know, if that's not you, then no worries. So I'm going to slice this up, not too thin. I don't mind when my garlic is a little bit chunky. Ooh, I can smell things, I can hear things. I want to keep stirring here. And I'm just going to go, my coating is very heavy, which I like. I'm going to give it a little bit of mushroom broth to thin it out a little bit. Let me show you what it's looking like. Can you see that? So pretty, just as it is with the green beans. I like it. Okay, woo, it's a lot of dinner. I got to run. I really got to run a lot to merit this whole dinner. Okay, luckily I share my house with somebody who's going to help me eat it. Okay, back to chopping my garlic. This is one of the things that I love about cooking is I really get to work out my tension and release some stress just by chopping and dicing vegetables. That's really fun for me. So I hope you guys feel the same. Anyway, garlic is going to be my next thing that I throw in. The very last thing I'll throw in is the ginger, because it is thinner and I don't want to I don't want to burn it or get it crispy. I don't want crispy ginger here. I still want light and flaky ginger. Okay. What I love about walking is it's just a process of throwing everything in, and that's really easy cooking for me. So that's what I like to do. Okay, so let's do that. Another thing, you know, my rule here is we clean as we go. So I'm putting this in the sink just because otherwise it can be overwhelming. So after you've used something, move it along, people. My miso, I need no more. Oh, my garlic, I need you no more. I'm done with my yellow zucchini. Zing. Okay. Oof, never mind. Too hot. Okay. Oh, tofu, I love you. Oh, tofu, I love you. Everything's getting hot and great. Okay, now we just pour it on, as I say. Get everything into the wok. Okay, garlic. Go, garlic, go. Garlic is in now. I want all my garlic in. No wasting of garlic. Okay. I also wanted to put scallions in, so I had showed you these before. Now I'm going to put these in. I've got my ginger's going to go last. I'm going to put the yellow zucchini and my green zucchini. Okay, garlic's going to go right at the end. So now here is a great time if you want a salt and pepper. This is something you could do right about now, or not. If you're holding back on, miso's going to have some salt in it already. So if you're holding back on salt, this is already going to have some soy and some salt in it. So, but still, some people really like it. So I'm just making sure that my zucchini separates. I had chopped it together and it's not exactly separating. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I really want to move things around so I make sure that it's coated. This is going to be very colorful. So we've got green zucchini, yellow zucchini, that purple, pinkish hue of the scallions, got green beans, of course. And then it'll go on rice. Now today I didn't have a lot of time, so I made white rice, but of course brown rice would also be your friend. Oh, hey, you could do it over quinoa too. My philosophy in the kitchen is really do whatever works. So like I say, don't hold back on a recipe like this just because you don't have, zucchini. You don't have zucchini, put green pepper in. You basically, whatever you have in your fridge, which is about to go bad, use it. That's what I like to do. Okay. I'm also going to add a teeny bit more soy sauce. Just want to keep things nice and liquidy here. Wow, I really have a huge stir fry. Okay, great. Great, let's see if I have any questions. Oh, have you tried Light Life yet? Yes, I have. Hi, June. Kayla, would this be good even if tofu is frozen and then thawed? Okay, I love frozen and thawed tofu. I'm glad that you brought this up. In fact, if I had time, what I would have done, who asked me this, Kayla? That's such a great question. What I would have done is I would have taken my tofu, sliced it, gotten rid of all the water, frozen the slices, and then I don't know why this is, but when you defrost the tofu and you go to chop it and then you cook it, it's much spongier. And so it feels much meatier to me because it resists me a little bit when I chew. And I really like that. So I'm going to throw up that question. Yes, so it does freeze. Absolutely. Tofu freezes. Answering your question, wow, it freezes. Yes, it does. So yeah, that's a great question. Okay. About time maybe to throw in some ginger because hey, what the heck? Okay, so now we're sort of cleaning up our kitchen, getting rid of all our cutting boards. I've got our rice handy. I told you I made white rice. Got our white rice handy. I may need more mushroom broth. We'll see. I may need more soy sauce. We'll see. Like I say, I like to clean as I go. Let me get the sponge because that's how I roll. A little messy, I will say. My concoction is a little messy. So I just want to clean this up right here because that's how I like it to be. And then I'm going to get out a plate because soon I'm going to be able to plate with my white rice, which is already warm because it just came out of my rice cooker. And if you don't have a rice cooker, you should get a rice cooker because everybody needs a rice cooker. Okay, we know that. Saves you so much time and then there's no thinking. I remember making rice as a kid and being like, Mom, I can't do it. I can't get it right. And then, rice cooker people, rice cooker. Okay. Hi, Carol. Oh, Carol, I am making miso tofu curry. I call it smash because this is the great thing about a wok, Carol. Just put everything in the wok and then you've got dinner. So it is miso curry tofu veggie smash. That's what we're making right now. We're almost done because things are just heating up. And as I said, I like my green beans crispy, but if you like it otherwise, I like to feel that I really still have vegetables in my wok. So if you feel otherwise, then you keep cooking it. But for me, I'm going to leave it a little bit crispy. So yes. And I put so much in here that it's kind of hard for my wok to cook it all. I really did put a lot in here. So I'm like doing overtime on my wok for sure. Okay. So that's doing its thing. I'm going to get us a fresh spoon, which will be here, I think. Sure. I'll use this so that I can plate out my rice. Let's see if we have any other questions. Oh, nice. That's a lot to say. Yeah. Okay. Give me some rice. And something that I like to do at the end of a meal like this is I like to sprinkle on some toasted sesame seeds. So that's kind of nice too. Keep it in the Asian flair. I am going to go running, so I'm not going to overdo it on this, although I'm sure I'll end up having seconds. And I'm going to make my boyfriend have seconds too. So, okay. So this is doing its thing. It is cooking, which is so great. And I'm just going to go ahead and plate this. Woks work so quickly. I just love it. I'm going to go ahead and plate this. And then you will see that you will have miso curry tofu veggie smash. Okay. Oh, yes. It is all about the veggies, folks. And it's all about whatever veggies you have in your refrigerator. Anything that you think's going bad, anything that you think might not make it till the end of the week, that's the thing you want to use. So don't worry about whatever the recipe calls for. As long as you've got the base, the miso and the curry and the soy, and I'll say the mushroom broth or the sesame oil, depending on how you want to roll, then you've got your dish. Okay. So I've never been the greatest plater, but basically, oh my gosh, I'm trying to get you the piece of zucchini here, so it's pretty. Okay, well, there you have it, folks. So, this is very healthy. Oh gosh, very healthy, very easy dinner to make. And if you think like, oh my gosh, well, chopping vegetables is something that's going to take a while and it's a lot of work, think of it as that's your way to de-stress. At the end of the day, chop all your vegetables, make your healthy meal. You are going to feel great. And because I eat like this, I can jog too. So first I jog, then I eat. Thanks for being with me, everybody. It is miso curry tofu veggie smash. If you want the full recipe and all the ingredients and the exact quantities, etc., go to my website, elysabethalfano.com/recipes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye, everybody. Thanks for being vegan.